contributions that led to these questions being put together, and making yourselves always available as responsive, not only members of this committee, but responsive senators, responsible and responsive senators. And to specifically thank you for today, because the Senate is not in session. And also thank you for your contributions in all the questions, particularly those of us that are of finance background. Senator, Excellency Senator Kampongo, Senator Jabinoni, Senator Aminu Iya, Senator Peter Chia. And then from the legal angle, I want to respect, thank and commend, appreciate and commend my deputy here, who I command here, and then he leads me in the chamber. Distinguished Senator Peter. City Board, you have brought your marine experience to bear. Tony Moy, the information you provided to me have been found useful. Aminu Abbas, thank you so very much, Detective Sergeant. To the NNPC Chief Finance Officer, Mr. Daposhoku, thank you for being here. And then what you made available to the committee. To the external auditors, we are on. You are also appreciated. We are all working for the same cause and the same results. But really and truly, to the public, you can always count on us. At the end of the day, any which way it goes, the Nigerian project will be better off for this exercise, or better off from this exercise. NNPC / your external auditors, you are given 1 week from today to supply this committee answers to these questions, which will now determine the next line of action by this committee. Today is Wednesday, next week will be date? So today's sitting is hereby adjourned to the 25th of June 2025 at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Yeah, after preliminary.
Alternative to the NNPC.
Well, as you know, we have this is the third day on the issue of NNPC audited financial statement from 2017 to 2023, which of course haven't looked at that document or that document. We came up with questions, but the specific ones today, the most important, were the ones I asked before we eventually decided to give them all the 11 questions and then the ultimatum of 1 week for them to respond to. Now, the accrued expenses. In the audited financial statement, they said accrued expenses figure was and is still, since that is what is contained in the statement, 103 trillion naira. And what make up accrued expenses are: one, retention fees, legal fees, and auditors' fees. Retention is known, of course, it is known to be 5% of total contract sum. And no reference, no mention was made to the contracts that led to this retention. And the retention figure is 600 and something billion. And then the legal fees, no details of legal engagements that led to the figure attached to the legal fees. And the auditor's fees, we have all seen what you've seen, you've heard, and listened to the audited financial statement that was produced by the auditors of NNPC. The next thing is of concern is the receivables. The receivables is 103 trillion naira. Ironically, completely independent of what is contained in the audited financial statement that have got to do with these receivables, just this afternoon, before the commencement of the exercise, NNPC brought a new document, a document to the committee that is completely independent of what is contained in the audited financial statement, and with items that contradict the items contained in the audited financial statement. This is found very ridiculous, very unacceptable by the committee, but being it as it may, you have listened to all that transpired, and the questions are now handed over to them. It is important for the public to know each of these questions emanated as a result of what we discovered from the audited financial statement of NNPC from 2017 to 2023. Now, on these just two items, accrued expenses and then receivables, we are talking over 210 trillion naira. And in this day and age, I mean, permit me to say, in Nigeria of today, that Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as the headmaster of the project called Nigeria, is committed to changing the narratives in the system. And changing these narratives, which is enveloped by the renewed hope agenda, cannot be achieved without the needed and required funding. So it is a government that needs all the support for funds to be made available to the government. And under such a quest, these figures are mind-boggling, they are scary, they are, of course, worrisome. For us, as representatives of the people, we will do the best we can. I know for a fact that this will not just go down the drain.
But he has said that the figure is erroneous.
Well, how can it be erroneous? It is all emanated, the figures emanated from the audited financial statement of NNPC. And you've had the contradictions. They said reconciliation had not been done. So if reconciliation was not done, why did they sign off to the audited financial statement? And this audited financial statement is already in the public domain. And NNPC is planning to go to the market for IPO, initial public offer. But it is not for us to go into conclusions now. We've given them the body of questions to put answers together and respond to in 1 week.
Okay, thank you very much.